Hello, my name is Sho and welcome to another episode of Game Things. Now, I understand that this game is not for everyone and I personally have not played the game. Fun fact number 1, I found out I actually own this game when I went to the store page to check out the game. And fun fact number 2, I don't remember in which year had I bought this game. I guess that goes out to show how much I care about this game, or perhaps I just don't have the time or friends to play with. Anyways, I digress. Outriders is what we have first on the menu today. The game's first paid expansion, Worldslayer, will be releasing on 30th of June 2022. A new campaign will be introduced alongside new zones to explore, new enemies, new loots, just like your weapons and class-specific armors. Being a looter shooter, the game has tiers of challenges for their players, and soon these challenge tiers will be known as the Apocalypse tiers. Previously, the challenge tiers are kept at tier 15, however, it seems like the newer Apocalypse tier will go up as high as 40, and the gear level will go from the current 50 level to a 75 max level. It will be no surprise if the higher tiers will be limited to players who own a DLC only, considering this is Square Enix we're talking about, and it will make no sense from a company standpoint to not push it a little bit further when you have this $40 DLC to sell. There are also addition of secondary subclass tree, the PAX class trees, which I will not go into details in this video, but if you happen to be interested, there is a link down below to their 40 minutes long presentation video. Just to throw my 2 cents, I think the game is nice for a short burst of sessions, especially with your friends. I can also see fans of looter shooter games be interested in playing the game, considering the new DLC is coming out. On the other side of the coin, some might also find the $40 price tag for the DLC is not going to give them the most satisfaction, subjectively. Personally, I need to rethink my life decision after this episode, starting from the point when I made the purchase on this game, since I don't know when. Jokes aside, I think I will give the game a try when I find the time, just to mess around and get a feel of it. And who knows, by the time the DLC is out on 30th June 2022, I might just find myself in a position where I'm keen to buy the new expansion DLC. And since you have done that, we can now move on to the Flash news. For the fans of Tales from the Borderlands, which was developed by Telltale Games, while not really a sequel to the original, but a new Tales game surrounding the Borderlands universe will be introduced this very year. Yes, a new Tales from the Borderlands announced by Gearbox CEO Randy Pitchford. The game will feature all new characters and new stories, developed of course by the people at Gearbox Software, published by 2K Games. Nothing was shared during the event at PAX East 2022, however, we'll keep you posted for future updates. And just a little bit of sharing, I played the original Tales game and I loved it. Really hope that this new dev team will show us a great game, considering the CEO did mention that the game has been in development for many years. And since we're on the topic of game development, we all know that games don't really come easy. Delays are no longer a surprise, and bugs can be found everywhere. Even in my room. Jeez. And to those who had doubts on the release date of God of War Ragnarok, fear not, because the studio animation director at Sony Santa Monica, Bruno Velasquez, has came out on Twitter to reassure fans that the game will indeed be coming out this year. The game was originally planned to release in 2021, however, quote, to ensure that Santa Monica Studio can deliver the amazing God of War game that we all want to play, end quote, by PlayStation, the game had to be pushed back for a later release date, back in 2021. Whether this promise from Bruno Velasquez will be a genuine one or just another add-on to our already rich meme library, as usual, time will tell. Another game that I highly suggest one should play, Splatoon 3, coming out on September 9, 2022. Having played Splatoon 2, even as a casual player, I enjoy the gameplay, the combat, the joy of playing the variety of weapons in the game. In Splatoon, there are players who would play more offensively by hit hunting, players who are continuously trying to secure space on the field, as well as players who likes to seek opportunities to make a game-changing move and help shift the momentum of the game into their team's favor. I feel like I'm just an average player in a game, but even when I match against players who are better than me, I really don't recall being mad about losing a game. As for Splatoon 3, we can definitely expect new stages and weapons from the game. And that is as far as we'll go for now, but if you wish to see more, check out the 3 minutes 50 seconds long video of Turf War gameplay if you haven't already. By the way, the battle music is still great. Up next, I believe everyone should have played or at least seen a Sonic game. Sega has announced that Sonic Origins was set to release on the same day as Sonic's birthday, which is June 23rd. Sonic's Origins is a collection of 4 titles, namely Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, as well as Sonic CD. Players can expect remastered visuals, new areas to explore, additional animations, and a brand new anniversary mode. The standard digital version will be $39.99 USD, while the digital deluxe edition will be $44.99 USD, and that extra $5 USD will unlock premium fun pack and a classic music pack written on the PlayStation Store. And in phrases that average Joe would understand, you can unlock hard missions, additional music, and special visual features. Also, pre-ordering the game will grant you Stardash DLC pack, featuring in-game currency of 100 bonus coins, new mirror mode, and themed letterbox background. Again, Sonic Origins is coming out on 23rd of June 2022 for the PlayStation 4 and 5, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, Series X and Series S, as well as PC. Last piece of flash news, we have Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1, which isn't really a new game, released back in November 2021 for the PC port. The devs are working hard to make sure that players on the older generation consoles can enjoy the game as well. The game is now finally coming to PlayStation 4 this month, however the same cannot be said to the Xbox One. The Xbox One version of the game has been put on hold indefinitely because of the amount of work to optimize and mostly due to the impact of the ongoing event in this world. And if that hasn't made it clear to you, Frogwares is a Ukrainian video game developer studio headquartered in Kiev. For those who have pre-ordered the game on the Xbox One, a full refund will be granted. A quick mention on a previously named delayed title, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is actually moving its release date from the previously told September 2022 to 29th of July 2022. Yay, because everyone gets to experience the title a little bit earlier than expected. And nay, because I have to make out my time to finish the previous titles of Xenoblade earlier than expected. Speaking of yay, on the Epic Games Store, you can claim yourself 2 free games, namely Just Die Already and Paradigm, starting 28th of April, lasting until 5th of May. As for the releases of the week, games to try out, The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a game that runs just fine even on a laughable integrated graphics setup. Pun intended. The game is coming out for the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Series X and Series S, Nintendo Switch, and PC, all on the same day of 27th of April 2022. If you wish to catch some humors, definitely give it a try. Another game, full version of Rogue Legacy 2 is also coming out on 28th of April, ending its early access. The game is coming out on Xbox One, Series X and Series S, as well as PC, Steam and Epic Game Store. I highly recommend this game for roguelike and indie fans, and again I must say, we pray for this game to come out to the Nintendo Switch because it just seems so fitting for a handheld experience. In before the Steam Deck users flood the comment section. And finally, if you feel like you have missed a sports game from Wii U, perhaps you should consider giving Nintendo Switch Sports a try, coming out on 29th of April 2022. Players will have access to soccer, volleyball, bowling, tennis, badminton, and chambara. More activities are to be added with future updates, so definitely don't pass on this. And that will be it for this week's Game Things. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you like what we do and you don't want to miss our next video. My name is Sho, signing out.